Hi and welcome to an episode of Techno Dinosaur meets the IT Geek. My name is David Logan. I am the IT Geek. Next to me is Willie Nicol, the Techno Dinosaur. I'm based here in Annan, Dumfries Galloway, where the sun is shining. So Willie, how are you and where are you today?
Hi David, I'm very well, thanks. I'm sitting here in sunny Troon, the Costa del Troon, South Ayrshire, Scotland, UK. My name is Willie Nicol. I am the Techno Dinosaur because I'm technologically challenged. It's an age thing. However, I'm also a personal development life coach, helping people with their stuff.
So Willie, question for you, question for you this week. I work in IT in technology, as you well know, and I work within offices where they've got a number of staff working from home since March of 2020. I was overhearing some conversations, where some people are unable to switch off at night time when they finish work. So these are members of staff who are remote working on their computers into the office. How can we, as remote working, switch off at night time when we've finished our daily job?
That's a very good question, David. A wee bit of background. Historically, as you know, the vast majority of people did not work from home. They worked in a factory or an office, whatever it was. So there was a start time and a stop time. So when the pandemic hit and people started to work from home, they initially thought, this is great. I don't have to get the bus into work. I don't have to drive through the traffic and so on and so forth. But what's become abundantly clear now is there are actually stressors associated with working from home. And one of these you've indicated is that how do you switch off? So you won't be surprised to know I did a wee bit of research earlier on. So I'll adjust my specs and look at my notes. According to research, people work from home report higher than normal levels of stress. So this is a wee bit old, this information. So it's probably worse now, but here's what it is. 41% of employees who work from home consider themselves highly stressed, as opposed to 25% who worked on site, as we say. 42% of those working from home report frequent waking up during the night, as opposed to 29% who work on site. And, as you've alluded to, people working from home report having a kind of blurry situation when it comes to switching off and stopping their work. I read an article in the paper that said people work from home actually work 2 hours more a day than they would if they worked in the office. So that's 10 hours a day, 10 hours a week you're losing, so to speak. Carry on.
Is that maybe because they're drinking less coffee or less water? Going
Who
back
knows?
and forward?
Or maybe they're drinking more booze, I don't know. But the crux of the matter is people are having trouble switching off, or as this report says, unplugging when ending their work day. Whereas, fairly obviously, if you worked in an office for the sake of argument and you finished at 5 o'clock, you finished at 5 o'clock because you had a bus to catch or you were trying to miss the traffic. You're sitting at home, these things don't apply. These boundaries are no longer there, or if there are boundaries, they're much more blurred than they were before. Also, working from home, there's no longer that structure. There's no that, you get up, you get your bus, you commute, you start work, you have lunch, you finish work, and then you go home. And during that time, you interact with people. You don't get that working from home. You may interact with your loved ones, your family, or your dog or whatever, but that's it. Not anymore the wider general public. Also, when you're at home, there are too many distractions. There's the postman arrived. Oh, I better look at that mail. Oh, there's the Amazon guy delivering a parcel. Oh, I don't know what that is. And so on and so on and so forth. Right? You don't get that at work. So the distractions when you're working from home can be quite annoying, distracting even. When you're sitting there, what you're not doing, you're not going up walking about as you probably would do at the office or whatever environment you would normally work in. you walk through to the coffee machine, or you walk through the kitchen, make a coffee, you talk to someone. You don't do that at home. So what can we do about this? You mentioned earlier on before we started recording about getting a dedicated workplace. Excuse me. If you're fortunate enough to have a spare room in your house, utilise that. So that becomes your work, as opposed to sitting in an office or going into your factory or whatever. Unfortunately, that's not an option that's available to everyone. So I've heard horrible stories about people, sitting in their bed with a laptop and their knee, right, working in their bedroom or working in the kitchen table. Right? And it's very hard to switch off from that and then say, right, I finished my work and I'm going home now. Oh, wait a minute, I'm home. So there's that kind of mental turmoil, if you like. And you're not getting that physical exercise I talked about, even walking about from one office to another office and so on and so forth. So what can we do? Now imagine if you're working from home just now, what did you do when you finished work and came home previously?
Jumped in the car.
Yeah. And then when you got home, what did you do?
Said hello to my family and have a meal.
Right, okay. Well, what I'm trying to get at here is that you had a routine when you finished work, and then you came home and you probably did something. Forget about having your tea and whatnot. You might have gone for a walk or a run or a game of bowls or you watch a movie or whatever. You did something to relax at the end of your working day. Right? When you're at home, you tend not to do that. You've got to be quite disciplined about saying, right, I'm finishing at, for the sake of argument, 5 p.m. And then I'm going to do what I would have done normally. I'd have gone for a walk or a run or a game of darts or for a pint or a cup of coffee or catch a movie with my friends, whatever it is. But we don't do that anymore. So not having that stress relaxation or not doing it as possibly as religiously as we did before, it all kind of blurs into one big working day in the house. So you've got to kind of discipline yourself. As I'll be doing later, I'll be going for a walk along the beach because it's the end of the working day. It's also the end of the week. And it'll be nice because it's a lovely sunny day. So have a routine, start at a particular time, finish at a particular time, and don't forget to have a lunch break or tea breaks or whatever. Because I've done it myself. You're sitting on your computer and you haven't had lunch until your stomach tells you you're a bit hungry because you've forgotten. Connect with your friends. Have fun. I keep saying this, have fun. At the end of the day, finish. Stop. Unplug yourself from your devices. Put your phone away. Switch your laptop, computer off. You have finished work. You'd be doing that if you were in the office. You'd be switching your laptop and computer off, right? And you'd be jumping your car and whatever. But we don't do that for work from home. Oh, well, I'll do another hour. I'll answer a few more emails. Or whatever. And that's how they end up working 2 hours extra a day for no pay.
Fantastic. So I'll finish there, Wally. Thank you for that. To you, the viewer, if you struggle to switch off at night time, you know who to speak to. You can contact us, message below, send us a direct message up above. Look for our videos. Search for Techno Dinosaur meets the IT Geek. Thank you for listening to this video. Have a great week, everybody. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, David, for listening to me rambling on there. I would just say to everyone, switch off. It's good for you. So remember, stay safe, stay well, and have some fun. Bye for now.
Bye.